Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. A confident person avoids two things in life: idle gossip and petty conflicts, choosing instead to cultivate understanding and foster harmony. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Do not chase after happiness. It is always in you. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Kind words don't cost much, yet they accomplish much. Without effort and willingness to experience pain and anxiety, nobody grows. In fact, nobody achieves anything worth achieving. Conquer yourself rather than the world. The busier we are, the more acutely we feel that we live, the more conscious we are of life. The real question of life after death isn't whether or not it exists, but even if it does, what problem this really solves. Where your fear is, there is your task. Adventures are never fun while you're having them. Divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. To remain in the past means to be dead. You desire to know the art of living, my friend. It is contained in one phrase: make use of suffering. The man who has no inner life is the slave of his surroundings. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Do not complain about growing old. It is a privilege denied to many. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. My friend is he who will tell me my faults in private. No evil propensity of the human heart is so powerful that it may not be subdued by discipline. Character is much easier kept than recovered. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. It is only for those without hope that hope is given. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Man's main task is to give birth to himself. right question is usually more important than the right answer. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow. He who dares not offend cannot be honest. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Judge a man by his questions, rather than by his answers. Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget to sing in the lifeboats. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Every word has consequences. Every silence, too. Those that are most slow in making a promise are the most faithful in the performance of it. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. Act without expectation. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. Crying is all right in its way while it lasts, but you have to stop sooner or later, and then you will still have to decide what to do. A proud man is always looking down on things in people. And, of course, as long as you are looking down, you cannot see something that is above you. You can't think decently if you're not willing to hurt yourself. People know what they do. Frequently they know why they do what they do. But what they don't know is what they do does. I learned this, at least by my experiment, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. Spiteful words can hurt your feelings, but silence breaks your heart. Man's main task in life is to give birth to himself, to become what he potentially is. The most important product of his effort is his own personality. You always admire what you really don't understand. Do you wish people to think well of you? Don't speak well of yourself. Things do not change. We change. The heart has its reasons, which reason knows not. People almost invariably arrive at their beliefs not on the basis of proof, but on the basis of what they find attractive. Distraction is the only thing that consoles us for miseries, and yet it is itself the greatest of our miseries. A person must dream in order to see the meaning of life. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. Only two things we'll regret on deathbed: that we are a little loved and little traveled. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. The most harmful thing is wanting to avoid mistakes. As long as a word remains unspoken, you are its master. Once you utter it, you are its slave. The problems are solved not by giving new information, but by arranging what we have known for long. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Eventually, all things fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moments, and know everything happens for a reason. Those who aim at great deeds must also suffer greatly. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Don't tell your friend what your enemy shouldn't know. You are lonely, not because no one needs you, but because you care about who is next to you. We should try to be the parents of our future rather than the offspring of our past. Only time can heal what reason cannot. When you are content to be simply yourselves and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Why should you feel anger at the world? As if the world would notice. While we are postponing, life speeds by. The real man smiles in trouble, gathers strength from distress, and grows brave by reflection. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Be wary of the man who urges an action in which he himself incurs no risk. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the favorable wind. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. The more honest men are, the less he suspects others of dishonesty. A low soul always presupposes the lowest motives for noble deeds. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Three things never come back: time, word, and opportunity. Therefore, do not waste time. Choose words, and do not miss the opportunity. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears.